tariffs, more selling. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Most stock markets are down overseas in reaction to expanded U.S. tariffs that hit China hardest for its big retaliatory tariffs on American exports. President Trump said this last night at a House Republican dinner.
That's why additional tariffs on Chinese goods are in place effective midnight tonight at 104%. Until they make a deal with us, that's what it's going to be. I think they'll make a deal at some point.
Chinese officials say they're prepared to fight this to the end. Now, China is one of the largest trading partners in the world. Last year, the U.S. saw a trade deficit with China of $295.4 billion.
As Fox's Lucas Tomlinson, China is not alone. New tariffs today hit about 90 countries, and the president says most of them are trying to negotiate deals. Now, Democrats are very critical. Senator Ron Wyden said at a hearing focused on trade that he and some Republicans want to rein in the president.
To end the latest crop of global tariffs that are clobbering American families and small businesses.
Now, on Wall Street, stock futures are down slightly for the NASDAQ, which has plunged 13% the last 4 trading days. Down for the Dow, also more than 200. It's dropped more than 4,500 points in this tariff sell-off. Also last night at a dinner that raised $35 million for the Republican Congressional Committee, the president touted
Coal is the most powerful thing. We have more of it than any. We have more liquid gold under our feet, oil and gas, and we have more coal than any other country.
Hours after he signed an executive order reversing federal policy restricting coal production, ending freezes on federal land being used for coal mining. It's up to 98 people dead in the Dominican Republic nightclub roof collapse early yesterday. 160 injured as crews keep searching the rubble for anyone trapped. Among those killed, a provincial governor, 2 former Major League Baseball players, and merengue singer Ruby Perez, who was performing in the club when the roof came down. America's listening to Fox News.
Fox News Audio presents the Fox Nation Investigates podcast, Evil Next Door, exploring the life and crimes of 5 serial predators from across the United States.
It's a very disturbing case.
In never-before-heard interviews and first-hand perspectives.
Described as pure evil. That's a good description.
The Fox Nation Investigates podcast, Evil Next Door. Listen and follow now at foxtruecrime.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Get those W-2s ready. Tax season has arrived. It's the Fox Business Tax Tips. Fox News Radio's Ginny Casola and Hillary Barsky are joined by the hosts of the Fox Business Network to provide you with the latest tips, tricks, and updates on filing your taxes. From deadlines to tax law changes to the latest deductions, we'll cover it all to make sure you keep that hard-earned money where it belongs, in your pocket. Listen and follow the Fox Business Tax Tips at foxnewspodcasts.com.
President Trump has been trying to expand America's reach since taking office again. He wants to take control of Greenland for the U.S., currently a territory of Denmark, and he wants the U.S. to take back control of the Panama Canal. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth just went there, concerned about China's expansion.
Secretary Hegseth said that the acquisitions of infrastructure in the canal area by the Chinese present a significant danger.
That gives China the potential to conduct surveillance activities across Panama. This makes Panama and the United States less secure, less prosperous, and less sovereign.
Therefore, the secretary says the U.S. and Panama will now operate in sync.
We will keep the canal secure and available for all nations through the deterrent power of the strongest, most effective, and most lethal fighting force in the world.
Hegseth adding,
this is what peace through strength looks like.
Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
Russia will closely monitor the talks set for Saturday between the U.S. and Iran. President Trump has said he prefers to work out a deal to rein in Iran's ramped-up nuclear program, feared to be trying to build weapons, and he warns Iran could be in real danger if the talks are not successful. A Russian foreign ministry spokesman said today that the world is growing tired of endless threats. An American is under arrest in Thailand.
Paul Chambers, a 58-year-old from Oklahoma, is a lecturer at a university in northern Thailand. He reported to a police station yesterday to answer charges that fall under a law covering online activity. Chambers was not granted bail and, if found guilty of insulting Thailand's monarchy, could be imprisoned for up to 15 years. The lecturer has studied the power and influence of Thailand's military, and some activists believe it's comments he made during a webinar last year that have led to the arrest.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. Now, Thailand is among the countries hit by new tariffs at a 36% rate. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. A parole board has denied parole for a man convicted in a 1994 kidnapping and murder case in DeKalb County. District Attorney General Bryant Dunaway said he attended the hearing Tuesday for Christopher Tatro, who was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms for kidnapping and killing 18-year-old Roger Dale Zammit and 26-year-old John Allen Harry. Dunaway said at the time of conviction, the law allowed parole eligibility after 25 years. Dunaway said the parole board denied parole, citing the seriousness of the offense. Ralph's Donut Shop in Cookeville is being considered for the National Register of Historic Places. The Herald-Citizen reports that Ralph's will be considered at the State Review Board meeting on May 16th. Tennessee Tech Cybersecurity Education Research and Outreach Center has won first place at the Southeastern Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition in Tampa, Florida. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here with you. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's Wednesday. It's the 9th of April.
Okay.
All right.
I was like, is it the 9th? It is. He's
Days
right.
and dates are hard. I can't have coffee today because I'm having my blood drawn, and it sucks.
Well, with that note, good morning, everybody. A high today, getting up to around 65. We've got 32, starting out kind of chilly this morning. I've got my Go Be Great shirt on, so we're going to be great this morning. Starting
Y'all
out chilly.
I'm over it already.
You're over it already because you don't have any coffee.
No coffee, and I have to go to the doctor.
It's just a horrible day for Jason.
It's an awful day.
All right. We'll get through this together, Jason.
All right. A few things you need to know. This is cool. Advanced Auto Parts got their brand new location on 10th Street ready to go, fully stocked and ready to serve the community. And they're having their ribbon cutting, but next weekend they're going to have a big celebration, a big grand opening. 94.7 The Country Giant is going to be there. Giveaways, fun for the whole family. So next weekend, go to Advanced Auto Parts, their new location on 10th Street.
Well, Ralph's, Cookeville's oldest donut shop, is being considered for the National Register of Historic Places. And I hope that they get that.
Do it.
Yeah.
No questions asked. Rubber stamp that, boys.
Yes.
Ladies, whoever's doing it.
Just make it a national treasure because we already know it is.
Yeah. AP Hearth. We know those boys.
We sure do.
They do fireplace sales, service repair. They install fireplaces, and they're celebrating the grand opening of its new showroom at 206 West Spring Street. 931-651-1316 is their number. And they're just good old boys over there. We're proud of them.
Yeah, we are.
For getting their brick and mortar open and all that. They've been working so hard on it. So go by, and if you need some fireplace work, now's the great time to get it done, at least this summer sometime. So give them a call and say hey, and say Jason and Sheila was talking about y'all boys.
Yeah, please say that. We want to let them know that we're supporting them.
Yeah.
Also, Window on the World. Don't forget, it is this weekend. It's just a lot going on there with foods from other culture, lots of dancing. like even the dances that are with other cultures. They'll tell you a lot about things happening. And
Is it this weekend or was it last week?
no, it is this weekend, the 12th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 12th, and then the Firefly Festival. Don't forget about it. It is this Saturday and Sunday for the Firefly Festival at Dogwood.
There's a bunch going on this weekend.
And your window on the world is at Tennessee Tech, and it's from 10 to 5 on Saturday.
Okay. Now, we knew this already because if you listen to this show, you're highly informed. And, but I guess it got released yesterday, so you'll see it in all the other news sites today. But the Putnam County Fair is going to be at the old fairgrounds. That's a for sure thing now. We knew it was because Randy Porter told us.
And we knew it was because Jason assumed. And when Jason assumes, he's usually right.
You can add 2 + 2 = 4 and poof, old fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
But the fair board, Miss Brenda, she released it yesterday that's what was going to happen.
That Brenda, we need to get her back on.
I like old Brenda. She's
sweet.
A good one.
And that's all I have on things you need to know.
It's official now. We were hoping that this would happen. The new sports complex in Monterey, they wanted to name it after their former mayor, Nathan Walker, who passed away when he was mayor. He's only 47 and a great guy. So they got that passed.
Oh, good.
So it's now the Mayor Nathan Walker Sports Complex. Here's something I didn't know. That Monterey had a semi-pro baseball team that played there in the 1940s.
That's neat.
Yeah. It's also where Monterey High School played its first football game. Isn't that
great
neat?
history there.
I had no idea that existed. It's located at 300 Whitaker Street. And I'm sure that Jacob will have this in his sports because it's a crazy score. This is a softball score, okay? York Institute Dragons 35, Rockwood 34.
What in the world was going on at that softball game?
I have no idea.
They were just getting hits and runs all over the place.
I have no idea what was going on during that. 35 to 34.
And which is it? The Dragons won by one run?
Yeah, York Institute won one run.
That's crazy.
Can you believe that was an actual score?
I mean, that was softball, right?
Yes, softball.
Not baseball, or not basketball.
Not football.
That's crazy.
Softball. So I'm sure.
I would have liked to have been there to see what was going on.
I bet Jacob will have that in the sports. So we'll find out a little bit more about that. Your 2 cents is coming up next. It's brought to you by our friends down at Freedom Pond, 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta.
The question is, what was your first job in the food industry? A lot of people worked in the food industry.
I've never had a job in the food
I haven't.
industry.
I did, and it was still hard work, even though I did a couple of charity things and had to serve people. And that was still hard, but it wasn't even like being, the real thing.
Oh, I was a charity bartender, and I thought, I got this. I'd been to the bar several times.
Just because you've been there don't mean you know how to mix a good drink.
I mean, the simple drinks,
that you could.
Was no problem.
But it's keeping up with it, too.
Right. Who's got what?
Yeah.
To get it in a timely manner.
Even when we did the celebrity ice cream scooping.
Yeah.
I really got in there, and I didn't realize you really got to do, you got to dip the scoop in water to help it not stick, and then you got to keep up with all the people. It was really busy.
I did do waitering.
Yeah.
I was a waiter for one day.
And then you decided,
Couldn't do it.
It's hard.
I couldn't do it.
And see, we had, if we're doing the celebrity or charity stuff.
Somebody's with
you helping. So we had helpers and know how hard it was.
Well, this was no help. I didn't have a helper.
Mm-hmm.
And but
It gets busy
it gets busy, and then
and demanding. People are like, where's my coffee?
right,
And I'm like, phew. Even at a charity thing, you're rude.
you had to bring up coffee, didn't you?
Oh, I'm sorry. He can't have coffee this morning, y'all, if you're just tuning in. He's got a doctor's appointment. They're going to do blood work. And usually they let you have black coffee.
I said no.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, he's a little pouty this morning. So y'all look over him. If he picks extra hard on me this morning, it's all right.
I don't have the energy.
You're just so pitiful. I think a lot of people can relate, though, because if they don't get their coffee in the morning.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Got a headache.
From no caffeine.
It's 6:15 now. We'll be right back with your 2 cents on the way next. Brought to you by Friggin' Pond. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. If you're looking for a great real estate agent, they've got them. Or maybe you want to try to be a real estate agent. Get over there and talk to them at Elevate Real Estate. Really just incredibly nice people. Trustworthy, honest, hardworking. Really like those guys. We'll be right back. It's Good Morning Cookeville live here in the Willow Window Studio.
Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. Deliver phenomenal 5-star service to every client, every time. Visit tnelevate.com.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln Cookeville. Are you tired of having to wait at a dealership to get your car serviced? Well, then you're going to love Ford Mobile Service from Ford of Cookeville. From oil changes and tire rotations to simple repairs, our certified technicians will do their thing right in your own driveway thanks to our state-of-the-art mobile service van. Let us come to you. Schedule your Ford Mobile Service now at FordLincolnCookeville.com or give us a call at 931-526-3325. Terms and conditions apply. See deal for details.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time.
Businesses like Fog Light Food House, CG's Boutique, The Exceptional Bean, Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, and the Royal House of Cheese.
Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
Gentry's Power Equipment, your trusted Exmark dealer in Cookeville. For over 35 years, Exmark has been pioneering innovation, offering legendary durability and unmatched cut quality. Whether you're a professional landscaper or a homeowner, our range of commercial and residential mowers is designed to meet your needs. Hurry in for 0% financing for 48 months on select models, just in time for spring mowing. Gentry's Power Equipment, 755 Buffalo Valley Road, Cookeville, where big boy toys are their specialty.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-WINDOW-1.
Now, don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless. That comes with a lot of fine print, plus. Oh, in other words, you pay more. At the end of the day, you paid for that, quote, free phone 3 times over. There is a better way. Pure Talk, my cell phone provider, a veteran-owned company, my sponsor, my wireless company, has a much better offer. A free phone with a qualifying plan for just $35 a month, and you get a brand new Samsung Galaxy A26. Just make the switch to Pure Talk for $35 a month. You get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 15 gigs of data with mobile hotspot and roaming, all on America's most dependable 5G network. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk for your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan when you make the switch to Pure Talk. Wireless by Americans for Americans.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:19 now.
Coming up after 7, we have some great guests. Crystal Young from Hope Adoption Center of Cookeville. We're going to be talking about Miles for Mom. It's a fundraiser going on. Then at 7:30, Corby King, Superintendent of Putnam County Schools. Corby King.
Corby King. You need to see if he's going to be in that dunk tank.
Yeah, there's a fundraiser at Red Silo on Saturday.
Yeah.
For Make-A-Wish. And they were talking about certain people that were going to get in the dunk tank, but said they didn't know if Corby King was going to be in the dunk tank or not.
Yeah.
We're going to try to get him to confess if he will or won't.
Like for him to commit here on the show.
Yeah, we'll see.
If we can. Your 2 cents is going on right now. That's at Good Morning Cookeville on Facebook. If you want to find us on there, go ahead and get used to Good Morning Cookeville going and answering our question over there, because here in just a little over a week, that's where it'll be all the time, every time.
Right.
And you can watch Good Morning Cookeville there on Facebook or on YouTube
On Good Morning Cookeville.
or on Roku.
Or on cable channel 192 on Spectrum and Twin Lakes.
Yeah, I had a couple of people wonder what was happening to us, and we're just going to be on that.
I've had a lot of people contacting me wondering.
So
When it becomes, what we're talking about is 107.7 is going to become a contemporary Christian station on Good Friday. And it's not just a Good Friday thing. It will be from then on.
From then on,
107.7 and 1400 will change to a contemporary Christian station.
it'll be that as long as the good Lord wants it to be.
It's still part of Cookeville Communications.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. And then we're going to stay on Hub Plus on Roku and channel 122. Oh, excuse me, 192.
Mm-hmm.
Lord.
Yeah, and if you have a connected car, it'd be real easy just to put us on YouTube or Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Stream us through your car, which I know a lot of people do with the app anyway.
They do.
So
Or go on Facebook and just follow us there, because we'll share that stream on Good Morning Cookeville's Facebook page.
plenty of ways to find us except on the radio.
Right. For now.
Yeah.
Your 2 cents brought to you by Freedom Pond. The question, what was your first job in the food industry, if you had one?
Well, I've been lucky that I haven't had to have one. I mean, do you count me working at Jerry's IGA as part of the food industry?
It was part of the food industry because you were cutting meat.
Yeah. Well, then I like that, except for the parts where I might cut my finger off or something.
Yeah. Because that was hard work, wasn't it?
It was.
And skilled work.
But I enjoyed it, because I was wanting to learn the art of butchery.
Yeah.
And
because you have your own meat that you raise at times and wanted to learn how to cut it properly.
Yeah. And so I got to learn how to cut all the different, types of meat. And I really like Jerry's IGA.
Yeah. Good folks down there, too.
And they've always got good meats.
They really do. Ed said at 13 to 17 years old, he was a cook at KFC and worked there while living in a car until he joined the military.
Wow.
Wow, Ed, that sounds like a movie.
That gum, Ed, that's
hard work.
Yeah.
Sarah said Long John Silver's, it was a hot mess. I mean, like there were fire and all kinds of things. Really hot mess.
I bet so.
Tish said,
I haven't had Long John Silver's or Captain D's, and I couldn't tell you how long.
I haven't either.
I love me some of that.
Well, Captain D's is where Tisha worked from age 17 to 19. She said she was going to college, so that's how she made some extra money. Mary Ellen said chocolates. I worked for Laura Seckard's in Scarborough, Canada. Wow. Did you get free chocolate sometime? Oh, that would be cool.
We're going to have to tariff her.
Yep. She gets tariff now. Ray said Hardee's. Tex said a soda vendor for RC Cola.
Oh, really?
What about a moon pie? Every time I hear RC Cola. I would like a moon pie.
Where were we at that they still serve RC? Oh, Honky Tonk National.
Oh, yes.
They still serve RC Cola.
You don't hear of it being in any places, but I always liked a good RC.
Yeah, it was delicious. I was excited to have it.
Let's see. Burger King is where Jim worked. Cindy said she was a waitress at Mr. B's restaurant in Salina. She was 14. Robin said, I lied about my age at Dairy Queen. I was 14. I guess you had to be 16.
I don't know.
But she said she started work there. A few people like us never worked at fast food. Sarah said Bonanza, a hostess.
Oh, Bonanza. That was a good place.
I loved their salad bar.
Yeah.
Great salad.
Bonanza and Quincy's. Those were the high dollar places in
Yep.
Cookeville back in the day.
Mhm.
That's before Restaurant Row. Oh, while we're talking about food, let me make my daily plea for Demos to come and be in the old Shoney's building.
Is it Demos's or Demos?
I'm going with Demos. We never found out, so I'm just going with what I know.
It is spelled DEMO''S though.
Demos.
People just say it wrong.
I reckon, Sheila. I don't know, but there's my daily plea for Demos to come to Cookeville.
I would love that. Just for that soup and bread alone.
Yeah.
But I like their spaghetti.
I like everything they got.
Ooh, good stuff. John said, I-40 Dairy Queen. I had a lot of fun working there. That was back when they still had 4th of July fireworks at the mall.
Oh, back in the day.
And he said he was slinging some blizzards.
I bet so. I bet so. I mean, I remember everybody trying to get to the mall to watch the fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss that. I miss that Dairy Queen. That was a good Dairy Queen.
It sure was. All of them in this town were was good Dairy Queens.
Now it's that pink place.
Yeah. That's Asian.
Yeah.
Taco Bell's where Christy worked. This said, what was your first job in the food industry? That's what we're talking about. And then at 13, there's some 13 to 17. I guess there wasn't no limit. Somebody was working at KFC again. Dairy farm is what George said. I guess that would be the food industry.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if that counts, I took a lot of cattle to the sell barn. That surely became somebody's hamburger.
Yeah.
So that was, that's 10.
Food industry would probably been at my house. I helped with, the sausage and all that we made from the pigs. I didn't cut the steaks though from the cattle.
Sheila sausage.
Boy, that's good. That homemade stuff.
Heck yeah.
It's the best. And then we always like to give it a little hot spices.
We had a neighbor growing up, and he made his own sausage, and he canned it. He'd have it in mason jars. And I don't know why, but it tasted better than from the tube.
I bet just real fresh in that can.
It was just so good.
What's that can in the mason jar?
I haven't had anything like it since.
Or had you seen anything like it?
I hadn't seen anything like it since.
Sausage in mason jars.
Yeah, and then he'd can it, like he's canning beans or something.
It probably works just the same.
I don't know.
More fresher.
It is great.
Because it's got that seal on it.
Yeah.
Well, Kim said she was running the Dixie League ballpark concession stand during summer baseball. Now, I had worked a concession stand.
I worked a concession stand. I didn't mind that.
Not the food industry, but you are serving food to people, serving hot dogs and
Or
candy bars and popcorn and soda.
I was on the track team in high school, and then so during basketball games, different teams would sell concessions, and then they got to keep the money. I was your nacho man.
Were you the nacho man?
I put your cheese on there. I didn't spare the cheese either.
Oh, that's good. You're the kind I want then.
Right.
Because some of them just drip. And I was like, give me a side pocket so I can dip the cheese. Don't make my nachos. Don't put it all over them because then they get all limp. Nobody wants a limp nacho.
Limp nacho, sausage. What kind of show is this turning into? Sheila, calm down a bit.
We're just talking food.
We're still on the radio right now.
Sorry. And then Jason didn't get his coffee this morning.
Wait till you get on video for you saw all this filth and flarn, okay?
Oh, my goodness.
Spoiler alert is coming up next. That's the latest in the world of entertainment and music. We'll get to that. Some really crazy stories in the spoiler alert today. Like stuff like, there's one about Jessica Simpson.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I going to be shocked?
Yes.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
You sound very shocked.
It's disturbing.
Oh, well, I can't wait to hear it.
It's not bad. It's not bad on Jessica Simpson.
It's not.
But it's weird. Boy, is it weird.
Oh.
6:30 now. Spoiler alert coming up next here on Good Morning Cookeville. Y'all hang out with us. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. A parole board has denied parole for a man convicted in a 1994 kidnapping and murder case in DeKalb County. District Attorney General Bryant Dunaway said he attended the hearing Tuesday for Christopher Tatro, who was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms for kidnapping and killing 18-year-old Roger Dale Zammit and 26-year-old John Allen Harry. Dunaway said at the time of conviction, the law allowed parole eligibility after 25 years. Dunaway said the parole board denied parole, citing the seriousness of the offense. Ralph's Donut Shop in Cookeville is being considered for the National Register of Historic Places. The Herald-Citizen reports that Ralph's will be considered at the State Review Board meeting on May 16th. Tennessee Tech Cybersecurity Education Research and Outreach Center has won first place at the Southeastern Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition in Tampa, Florida. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vincent with the UCR Sports Report. On UCR last night, the Upperman Bees baseball team beat DeKalb County in District 7 3A play 13-2. Freshman Ryland Case went 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored and 2 runs driven in the win. Another score of note last night, the York Institute softball team beat Rockwood 35-34 in a game that lasted 4 hours and 21 minutes. With under 2 weeks left in the regular season in the NBA, the Denver Nuggets are looking for a new head coach. The Nuggets fired head coach Michael Malone yesterday and said they wouldn't be re-signing GM Calvin Booth either. The Nuggets are currently 47-32 but have lost 4 games in a row. Assistant David Adelman will take over. Elsewhere in the NBA, the Cavs beat the Bulls 135-113 to secure the number 1 seed in the East. Grizzlies beat the Hornets 124-100. Magic topped the Hawks 119-112, and the Celtics beat the Knicks in overtime 119-117. Join us again tonight for some high school baseball on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel at 5:30 as Upperman hosts DeKalb County. I'm Jacob Vincent. That was the UCR Sports Report.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Reciprocal tariffs took effect on dozens of countries overnight, including 104% tariffs on Chinese goods. The S&P 500 has been seeing deep losses and is nearing a bear market, 20% below its recent high. Reuters is reporting the European Commission is proposing its own extra duties. China expressed an interest to negotiate, but says the U.S. needs to adopt an attitude of equality, respect, and mutual benefit. Shares of Pfizer, Merck, and other drug makers are losing ground. The Trump administration is expected to unveil tariffs on pharmaceutical imports as well. Egg producer Cal-Maine Foods saw sales more than double in the recent quarter as buyers paid more for eggs. The company says it is cooperating with a Justice Department investigation. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosolda. Invested in you.
National security is at risk, and China controls most of the world's supply of antimony, a critical metal for military and defense technology. Military Metals Corp is taking action and securing a Western-controlled supply with projects in Europe and North America. Critical minerals are the backbone of modern defense. Now's the time to pay attention. The stock trades on the OTC under ticker MILIF. Call your broker today or go to www.militarymetalscorp.com.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Despite the chilly start this morning, we should warm up nicely today. We'll see sunny skies with highs in the mid-60s, winds becoming south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clouds will increase overnight with showers becoming possible close to daybreak, lows in the upper 40s. Showers and a strong storm or two are likely Thursday afternoon with highs in the mid-60s.
Hi, Mom. Is Claire's birthday party today? Me again, Mom. Where did I put my history book? Hi. Sorry, forgot one last thing. Sometimes it's hard to concentrate. At school, I start looking out the window, and then I forget what I was supposed to be thinking about. I know it seems like I don't care, but I do. It's just difficult for me. Love you, Mom. Bye.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive. Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:36.
It's 34 right now, so it's a little chilly. We'll get up to about 65 with partly sunny skies by the afternoon.
Good morning, Cookeville's brought to you by Elevate Real Estate, by the way. I like saying it because it rhymes.
Elevate Real Estate.
On regular TV tonight on the talk shows, Gene Smart's going to be on Jimmy Kimmel. I like old Gene Smart.
She's great.
And Adam Levine is going to be on Seth Meyers. On primetime, The Connors on ABC, Abbott Elementary, Celebrity Jeopardy, and then What Would You Do? That's all on ABC tonight. On CBS, Survivor and Amazing Race. On Fox, The Masked Singer and The Floor. And on NBC, it's all the Chicago shows, Med, Fire, and PD.
All right.
You know, NBC's got all the Chicago shows. CBS has all the FBI shows.
All right. I'm glad you educated me on that.
On streaming, Bad Influence, The Dark Side of Kidfluencing. I don't even know what any of that means.
Well, I guess there's kid influencers, and there's a dark side to it.
Season 1 of that. Season 3 of Unicorn Academy. That's on Netflix as well.
That's where I went, because I am a unicorn.
I've never even seen or heard of that
I haven't
before.
either.
We must be on some weird Netflix algorithm. Because
no, because that doesn't sound like something I'd want to see, so I'm on the algorithm that fits me.
I was on Netflix the other day. It looked like they've added anything.
That's how I've been feeling. So it's all kinds of new stuff here, but none of that sounds like it fits us.
It just seems like a big waste of money right now on Netflix.
All of it. I think a lot of the streaming is.
Yeah. The home, the really cool Victorian home that was on Full House that they'd show, has just sold for $6 million.
Woo. $6 million.
Man, Danny Tanner must have been bringing in the money during his sports broadcast.
Yeah.
And then he hosted that morning show for a while. Remember that?
Sure did.
Maybe we'll get the money here soon.
Maybe.
Haley Welch, known as Hawk Tua.
Oh, yeah.
She filmed a cameo in Glenn Powell's upcoming Hulu series, Chad Powers. She appears as herself in a club scene where Chad Powers, or Glenn Powell's character, Russ Holiday, celebrates his XFL draft pick. This marks her Hollywood debut.
Wow. I never know her name when you say her regular name, and then you say the Hawk Tua girl. I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to commit the real name to memory because I don't.
Nobody has made more of her 15 minutes of fame than that girl has.
Well, when you get that fame, you need to be smart about it because you don't stay on top forever.
Robert Pattinson is in talks to play the villainous shapeshifter Skytail in Dennis somebody's upcoming film Dune 3, an adaptation of Frank Herbert's Dune Messiah. The movie will continue with Timothy Chalamet, and but focus on this guy's the Skytail guy to overthrow him. MasterChef has been renewed for its 15th season on Fox, and Top Chef alum Tiffany Derry is joining the series as a judge. You ever watch that MasterChef?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
But you're not like a watcher. You're like, oh my gosh, MasterChef
Yeah,
is on.
sometimes I'll, be flipping channels and I'm like, oh, what's this? And then you get involved when you see it.
Britney Spears broke up with her man again. Paul Soliz, Soliz.
She has a new man all the time.
Yeah. The pair met in 2023. He was hired for housekeeping and maintenance duties at her house. Then there was a relationship and then a major blow up. And then they got back together in May of 2024 when she injured her ankle.
So, do you think all these people use her, or do you think she's kind of a mess and it's hard for her to find somebody she can settle with?
I don't know. Sounds like
all of the above.
Sounds like one of those deals that he was there and available. I don't think she's leaving the house much.
Yeah, I don't think she wants to. Do you?
No, so I think, oh, here's a fella
Yeah, this is how I meet people at my house.
at my house.
Yeah,
I'll just hire a fella to
I'll
come.
just hire somebody. Oh, you're good looking.
You're my man now.
Oh, bless her little heart. It sounds sad.
It does. All right, here's this Jessica Simpson thing.
Okay.
Jessica Simpson has revealed, and I don't know quite how to say this,
Oh.
that she drinks snake. I'm just going to come out and say it, okay? She drinks snake semen to enhance her singing voice. She told TMZ, it really clears my throat. I'm just a great singer when I have the snake semen.
Is this a play on words?
No. They asked her what it tastes like. She said, a really dark honey.
What even gets anybody started to think, oh, this might help my singing voice?
I don't know. It comes from China.
And then, do they kill the snake to get it? Or what are they doing?
Well, I don't know, Sheila. I mean,
I have
that's
so
not
many,
how you normally get it.
I have so many questions on this.
Well, you can Google it later.
I would not know. Would I try it? No. I know y'all are thinking, would Sheila try that? No, Sheila would not.
If you didn't know what it was, and
I didn't know what-
someone said, man, this tastes like great honey.
If I didn't know what it was,
Yeah.
then after I found out what it was, I think I'd be throwing up.
On Lifetime next month, it's the Honey Boo Boo biopic.
Speaking of honey,
It'll premiere.
biopic
Yeah. It'll
with Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah.
I thought speaking of 15 Minutes of Fame, I thought that was done and over.
Mm-mm. The movie premieres May 17th and follows her rise to fame on Toddlers and Tiaras.
Mm-hmm.
But backstage, she grappled with constant criticism and family struggles with Mama June. A synopsis of the movie from Lifetime says, behind closed doors were forced smiles, silent tears, and the lingering sense of uncertainty for what the future held for Elena, Honey Boo Boo, and her family. Well, turned out to be a mess.
It was. What is she doing now?
I have no idea what she's doing now.
Making money off of that probably.
I guess.
Hopefully she's getting some money for
I
it.
don't know. Maybe she's Britney Spears' roommate.
You know what? They might even each other out. I mean, who's to say?
I don't know, Sheila. The whole thing's a mess.
It's a mess.
Maybe they get Hawk 2 a girl to move into. Why not Jessica Simpson? Just have a whole
I don't think
thing.
Hawk to it, girl. She's the least crazy of all that bunch.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Coming up next, we've got the real good for you. That's on the way. A couple of stories that are positive and uplifting, and round 3 of Ask Jason. I'm up to 4 for this week, right? 4 correct answers. 5 if we count the one we cheated.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're at 4 currently.
4 currently.
All right. We'll get into that in just a little bit here on Good Morning Cookeville. Good Morning Cookeville's brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. Give them a call or stop by and see them. They have a beautiful building. They redid that building. It looks so nice.
Oh, it does.
So go by and see them. If you're looking for a real estate or would like to become a real estate agent, they can help you out with that too. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Hang out with us. We'll be right back.
Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. Looking for talented individuals who would like to join our team? Contact us today. Visit tnelevate.com.
Now through May 4th, Cumberland County Playhouse presents Ken Ludwig's Moon Over Buffalo. This historical play stars Jason Ross and Wesley Webster, AC George and Charlotte Hay, leaders of a traveling theater troupe that finds itself stranded in Buffalo on the verge of their big break. But everything that can go wrong does. Don't miss Moon Over Buffalo. Rated PG and co-sponsored by Ken and Grace Patton and Tim and Susan Tewalt. Call 931-484-5000 or visit ccplayhouse.com to get your tickets today.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement?
I wish I could retire.
Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Retire the Right Way, with Aaron Wright. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 9 a.m. on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 or more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. A CGM can immediately reduce pain. It's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. Plus, get free shipping, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. Call now to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Call 800-906-9086. That's 800-906-9086. Again, 800-906-9086. That's 800-906-9086.
When it comes to instant things, you either like them or you don't. Like instant coffee, instant messaging, or instant potatoes.
Oh, these are awful. This tastes like paper mache.
But there's one instant thing we all agree on, and that's money.
Wow, this stuff is great. It's so green. Could I get some more?
So if you're a fan of instant money, play Instant Games. With 4 new games and chances to win up to $500,000, you could be on your way to some really fast fun. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville. 1077 and 1400 The Hub. This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY. 107.7 FM. And AM 1400. WHUB Cookeville.
The tariffs keep coming, and so does the selling. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Most stock markets are down again this morning worldwide as Dow futures drop about 200 points. The Dow's plunged more than 4,500 in the past 4 trading days amid worry about tariffs hurting the global economy. And Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reports more are now in place.
Prices are expected to rise as these new tariffs were launched beginning at the stroke of midnight last night. The U.S. government began collecting tariffs on roughly 90 countries. Top Trump officials say they've heard from 70 of them trying to negotiate new trade deals with the United States. Now, in addition to China, the U.S. is slapping tariffs on U.S. allies as well, including Israel, Japan, and South Korea.
I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my They are dying to make a deal. Please, sir, make a deal.
Now, all the tariffs on China add up to 104%.
But the world's biggest exporter says it won't sit idly by. In a paper published this morning, it vows countermeasures, saying China's right to develop cannot be deprived. The government in Beijing believes it can ride out the economic storm. That's because exports to the United States only account for 2% of China's GDP.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Trump made his comments about making tariff deals at a House GOP dinner where he helped raise $35 million for the Republican Congressional Committee, hours after signing an executive order touting what he calls beautiful, clean coal, reversing federal policies in a climate change fighting push for renewable energy.
We're bringing back an industry that was abandoned, despite the fact that it was just about the best, certainly the best in terms of power, real power.
Crews keep searching the rubble in a Dominican Republican disaster, still searching for anyone still trapped in a roof collapse in a crowded nightclub early yesterday while a merengue band was playing. The singer Ruby Perez among the 98 people killed, along with 2 ex-Major League ball players, Octavio Dotel, Tony Blanco. America's listening to Fox News.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The House is planning a vote today on what Republicans call the No Rogue Rulings Act. They say it's needed to rein in who they call activist judges who've ruled in favor of challenges to President Trump's actions.
More than half of all the nationwide injunctions ever granted have been against Donald Trump.
GOP Congressman Darrell Iss's bill would not allow U.S. district judges to issue nationwide injunctions. Democrats oppose that, countering that these court challenges are the only way to stop the president from carrying out actions that they say are illegal. Now, for the second time this week, the Supreme Court has overruled a federal judge. First, it was allowing deportation flights to resume under the Alien Enemies Act. And then in another ruling,
the Supreme Court is siding with the Trump administration, blocking a lower court's order for thousands of federal workers to be rehired. A district court judge in San Francisco ruled that about 16,000 probationary employees at 6 federal agencies must be reinstated. The Supreme Court is putting that decision on hold as an appeals court reviews the case. Justices Sonia Sotomayor and Ketanji Brown Jackson noted their dissents. A separate lawsuit filed in Maryland has also blocked the firings of federal workers, but the ruling applies only to the 19 states that sued the administration. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
In the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers have clinched the top playoff seed in the Eastern Conference, beating Chicago 135-113, but on the ice, a more impressive win. The Vancouver Canucks made NHL history with a crazy comeback.
10 seconds left. His shot. Oh, Hronek is missing the center. They score. Hugh Suter's got another one. Can you believe this? The Canucks 3 straight goals in the final minute, and and the game is tied at 5.
No team had ever done that before. That was on Sportsnet. And then in overtime, the Canucks completed a comeback. Kiefer Sherwood won it with an OT goal, beating the Dallas Stars 6-5. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. A parole board has denied parole for a man convicted in a 1994 kidnapping and murder case in DeKalb County. District Attorney General Bryant Dunaway said he attended the hearing Tuesday for Christopher Tatro, who was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms for kidnapping and killing 18-year-old Roger Del Zammit and 26-year-old John Allen Harry. Dunaway said at the time of conviction, the law allowed parole eligibility after 25 years. Dunaway said the parole board denied parole, citing the seriousness of the offense. Ralph's Donut Shop in Cookeville is being considered for the National Register of Historic Places. The Herald-Citizen reports that Ralph's will be considered at the State Review Board meeting on May 16th. Tennessee Tech Cybersecurity Education Research and Outreach Center has won first place at the Southeastern Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition in Tampa, Florida. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good Morning Cookeville with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 7:07, and I have to apologize for the last segment. I haven't had coffee. I've got to go to the stupid doctor. and so that last part, I just forgot to turn the mics on. But they're on now.
I was like, was that it? Is that why we didn't have sound? You forgot to, that's not happened since I've been working with you. That I even remember you not turning a mic on.
This is what happens with no
sure
coffee.
They're on now, because
they're on now. Yeah, I can see it all working now. I'm just a big idiot before, but
I told y'all to be lenient with him because he's had no coffee, no food.
All the text and messages, let me know.
Our guest this morning is Crystal Young. She's putting up with us this morning. Just such a sweet lady. Hope Adoption Center of Cookeville is where she's at. And we're going to talk about a fundraiser, Miles for Moms. But first, for those that are new to the area, they may not have heard of Hope Adoption Center. You really were one of the founders of it.
Yes. Myself and several other individuals. In 2016, we started the work of what it takes to open an adoption agency here in the Upper Cumberland. And that was a long process that led us to 2018 to finally getting licensed and opening our doors. So we've been operating as a business since 2018.
Now, before that, people were having to go to either Nashville or some other, Knoxville probably. Or...
Yes, Nashville, Knoxville, Chattanooga. Those are all bigger cities that have, great accessibility to adoption agencies. We knew that we had a pregnancy center here locally that, when a woman mentioned adoption, they had to reach out to one of those bigger cities, and there was just a lag. Sometimes days would go by before an adoption agency could actually get to her. And so that was really our heart behind opening Hope Center, is that we really wanted to create that local accessibility to an adoption agency.
What made you care so much about having one here?
I think, child welfare, like my heart, many years ago was stirred for working with women and children. And that really, is what propelled me into working for the state for 5 years, working with DCS,
Mm-hmm.
and just really seeing the needs that are there.
It's eye-opening when you really start working somewhere and you discover things that you never even realized.
You wouldn't even think about it.
It's not that you don't care. It's just that you're not educated about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's how it is with adoption, right? There's such a need continually to educate about what is adoption, right? Miss Nancy would always say, we just need to elevate adoption. And that is so true because we all have our ideas and perceived notions about what something could be, but until you actually sit, listen, hear, see, touch, feel for yourself what it truly is, that's when that like light bulb goes off of, well, this isn't so hard after all, right? Or
Right.
This is truly what happens in an adoption. So that's what we're here for.
Well, they make it seem hard, when you see something on television about it or the news or something, they make
Or it's
it
intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they make it seem probably harder than it is, maybe.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are challenges with it, of course, but that's what the local agency is for, to remove the barriers, to increase that accessibility for women who want to make that choice, and then for families as well that are stepping into that arena.
So do you help with if somebody wants to put their child up for adoption, and then you work with parents who want to adopt as well?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So as a full service agency, we work with the women who are referred to us, typically through pregnancy centers, who want to make that choice of adoption or just want information about adoption. And then we fully vet the adoptive family that is saying, hey, we want to adopt. So we provide all of the legal services that they need to be able to successfully achieve an adoption.
What is the, I mean, if a couple wants to adopt, how do they even start that process?
Sure. Yeah, so I always tell couples, when first reaching out, you're going to start with your home study. No matter what agency you go to, no matter what social worker you go to, you need that home study completed. That is a legal document. It's a court document that the agency provides to you through interviewing you, home visits with you. We background check you. All of those things have to be done, and a stamp of approval has to be given that says, yes, this is a safe, healthy, viable family. We would place a child in their home.
Like a pre-approval process.
Essentially,
Okay.
yes. And there's cost associated with that. Most home studies range from $1,000 up to $1,500 that you're paying directly to the agency. You have to pay for some of your background checks like the TBI, FBI fingerprinting. But that is where everybody starts. Like you're not going to get far without a home study being complete.
Right.
So start there, step one. And then, the other steps they'll fall into place. Families can make a profile book. We like to do a video with our families that we put up on our website. That's very purposeful because a lot of times women will come to our agency already knowing a family that they want to choose based on watching that video just off.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We try to be very intentional about putting our families out there in a way that's safe and with boundaries, of course.
Yeah.
But that seems to be working really well for connecting pregnant women with our adoptive families.
It's a
really
great service.
Interesting how all that works. I just, I wouldn't even know where. I guess that's the thing, no one really knows where to begin.
Sure.
That's where you come in. That's something you do every day,
Absolutely.
and to have, some experts there. Now, did you adopt or?
No, I did not. So my husband and I, we have 3 children, none of whom are adopted. Part of my work that I did with the state was permanency work. So I help children achieve permanency out of foster care, getting them out of foster care into adoptive placements or more permanent situations where they weren't in foster care. So I just learned and grew in the capacity of understanding adoption, understanding the law, just really the route that can be taken for a child to achieve permanency.
Do more people come to you looking for, and I imagine so, babies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Most individuals, most couples, they want an infant, right? So we specialize in placing infants. We have placed a 3-year-old. He's our only child that we placed that was older than an infant, but most couples are looking for an infant, yes.
Well, they are adorable.
They are. They're so sweet.
Yeah, they're so
With blood.
sweet.
Yes, absolutely.
I've been blessed with grandchildren.
Okay.
And they, you always hear people say, "Oh, wait till you have grandchildren,"
Sure.
and you're kind of like, Psh, whatever.
And then you have them.
You're like, oh, why couldn't I have them first?
We all know.
Yeah. And then as far as like the foster care, do you deal with any of those kids now, or is it purely you talk to the moms and possible dads first, and then you place them the infant with adoptive parents? So do you still work with the foster program at all?
Yeah, so we don't work closely with foster care simply because the state runs. They hold all the cards there.
Yeah.
I would love for there to be more collaboration. So adoption or an adoption plan, it's preventative, right? It can prevent a child from going into DCS custody if the circumstance warrants that. And so I would love for there to be greater collaboration to prevent children from going into foster care. So we have been working towards some initiatives this last year. One of them is operating as a safe haven. We've received training from the nonprofit Secret Safe Place of Tennessee, just to train ourselves, to educate ourselves on what it means or what we could do if a woman did want to legally abandon her infant at our adoption agency. So there's still a lot of work around that. People typically think of the baby box when they hear safe haven. And we cannot have a baby box at our location because we're not approved through the law of Tennessee, through state law. You have to be an approved facility.
Did I hear that the fire station has one?
They do, yes.
Okay.
So fire stations, police stations, nursing homes, hospitals, places that are really set up to operate on a 24-hour basis and have medical staff there to readily assist. And so I am a nurse myself. I'm a licensed nurse, and so I can assist with that assessment. However, the 24-hour piece is something our agency does not hold.
Right.
No adoption agency holds that. Someone could call us 24/7, through phone, but as far as dropping a baby at our location, we are not equipped for that. So the law has got to change. There's got to be some movement forward, and of course our agency, we're willing to.
I don't know why, but that baby box thing just gives me I don't know. There's something
Just
about
leaving
it.
a baby by
I couldn't. I physically. I can't imagine driving off from that.
Sure.
I mean that.
I know, but it's
I'm
like
sure
it's
that,
better,
and I'm
it's
sure
safer
that's
for
hard.
that child if they're going to be left, because they would be left somewhere that's not healthy. So at least, I mean, I'm so glad we have one here.
Yes.
Oh no, I mean I get it, but
just walk. I can't hardly even walk away from my pets, let alone leaving a baby.
Oh,
yeah. But it truly is the safest way to abandon a newborn. And that language, it sounds harsh.
It
You're
does.
abandoning, and that's the language of the law as well. But truly, the parameters that are put in place are for the care, the safety, the well-being of that newborn, and we hope that a woman would utilize that resource should she choose to walk away. And there's no judgment there. I mean,
It's totally anonymous.
Yeah, it's totally anonymous.
I mean, everybody's got their own story. So we'll talk to Crystal Young a little bit more coming up. She's with Hope Adoption Center, and Miles for Moms is coming up. So we'll find out about that a little bit here in just a second here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. We're brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back.
Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. Deliver phenomenal 5-star service to every client, every time. Visit tnelevate.com.
And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. Matthew chapter 16, verse 18. Hello, Upper Cumberland. This is Jesse Flowers with the Jerry Whitson Road Church of Christ. Please visit our website at jerrywhitsonrdcoc.org and join us every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on our radio program, Words of Exhortation, as we study through the Gospel of Matthew right here on WHUB. May the Lord bless you as you serve Him and serve others.
If you have automotive needs, Dependable Auto Sales and Service, along with Colonial Automotive, would love to help you. Whether it's towing or service, body shop needs, are you ready for a new car? We have every everything you need, including the financing, including the warranties. It doesn't matter what it is, DAS is on your side. Please come see us at 1575 Interstate Drive, right here in Cookeville, 931-526-7355. That's 931-526-7355, 24/7 at dasautosales.com.
You enjoy the thrill of gambling, but what happens when it becomes a problem? Whether you want to cut back or quit gambling altogether, the Gambling Clinic has been helping people change their gambling for over 2 decades. We're here to help, not to judge. The Gambling Clinic is a Tennessee-based clinic offering in-person and telehealth support to help people win back their life. Visit us at thegamblingclinic.com. This project is funded by the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Brought to you by the Gambling Clinic, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Call us before you dig. Accidents are caused each year because someone broke a gas line that they didn't know was there. Remember, not all of our lines are in the street. They go through your yard to the house. Don't take a chance. The Cookeville Gas Department will gladly check any area before you dig and tell you if there are any gas lines present. Help us keep natural gas the safest energy there is. Natural gas. Energy for life. This message brought to you in the interest of safety from the Cookeville Gas Department in cooperation with the Tennessee Public Utility Commission.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit lifelock.com. That's lifelock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 20% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:21 now.
We've been talking to Crystal Young with Hope Adoption Center of Cookeville, and there's a fundraiser coming up that's called Miles for Mom.
There is, yes.
When is this happening?
This is happening Mother's Day weekend, so May the 10th, and we will start at our office in Allgood. This is the second year that we've offered this fundraiser, and really it's going back to elevating adoption, right? We thought, what a perfect weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Miles for Mom. You know, there are many moms in the adoption journey, including the birth mother, the adoptive mother, the mom who hasn't adopted but just supports adoption. And so last year we had 167 that came and participated.
That's great.
It was great. We weren't sure how many people were going to come, honestly. We learned that apparently race signups increase like the day before the race. Everyone signs up and they show up, and so
Make sure it's not going to rain.
Yes, that's a big part of it as well.
Yeah.
So we're just asking people just to go ahead and sign up by the 21st so we can guarantee your t-shirt, your race medal. We're getting socks this year as well as part of that. So it's just a fun event. It's a 5K. You can run it.
Are they special socks?
They are. They're custom socks specifically for the race. So apparently people love socks. I love socks. And so this is just a great way to support what we're doing. And when people see your Miles for Mom socks, they'll know that you ran the Miles for Mom 5K.
That's awesome.
We're going to go
Oh,
with
man. Yeah, socks are a big deal right now.
Mhm.
Everybody likes their custom socks.
Yes, we've partnered with a company called Hippie Feet out of Minnesota.
Okay.
They have great socks.
Yes.
Wait, you know about Hippie Feet?
I do, because it's like really cool sayings and stuff on their socks. And
yes,
just, yeah, I've heard about Hippie Feet.
Well, how about that?
Great socks, man.
didn't-
Man, it's a hippie sock.
I didn't know that was that big of a thing.
It is. And they have just been great to partner with. Like their customer service is excellent. Their design has been just on par with what we were looking for. So we're really happy to get to offer this product and just to invest in their mission and vision as well in what they're doing.
So what's their mission?
Their mission is centered on like child hunger.
Okay.
And so
And that fits with Hope Adoption.
Yes, it does.
Sure.
Anything related to children, we're going to love and support and invest in. So that's what we're doing.
What's the cost involved in getting into the
race?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's $35 to pre-register, and on the day of the race, it's $50. So we're asking people just to register at that $35 price point by the 21st. That's what's going to guarantee your t-shirt and your medal. So when the race cost goes up to $50, you're not guaranteed a t-shirt that day, but we will submit another order and get your t-shirt
I got
the race.
you.
So
You want your shirt.
yeah, absolutely. They're bright yellow.
Nobody wants to wait anymore.
No. Well, and that's why I do 5Ks, right? I want the t-shirt and I want the medal, right?
Yeah.
On top of supporting a great cause, but
Well, sure, yeah.
I want people to know, like,
I
ran
also
that
enjoy a good plaque.
Yes. Well, apparently that's becoming more popular. That and trophies, which
Oh,
when you think of
yeah.
trophies, I think of like circa 1985
Yeah.
trophies that my dad kept in his trophy room.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's apparently it's a thing. So
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna have.
I think that is more of a guy thing.
I think it might be too.
I don't know. I like my trophies and my plaques and medals.
You love it all.
I want it all.
Well-
And if you got a tiara, go ahead.
Sheila's kind of one of the guys, except for the tiara part.
Yeah. I love being a girl, but I'm like a good man cave and I like a good medal and plaque.
I've learned something new about you today, Sheila.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
And then so that's Mother's Day weekend, May the 10th.
May the 10th at
Okay.
8 a.m. is when the race starts, and it starts at the Hope Adoption Agency office.
Is there a cap on it, or it can be as many as you can get to run it? Because
Yeah, as many that want to run it as possible. I would love it if we had 1,000 people show up. That
is the route around all good?
It is. So it's going to start out there on Main, and it's going to connect to Dry Valley Road, Old Walton, Qualls. You'll go by Allgood School,
Okay.
and then hang a left turn on Old Qualls, and then just loop. That's a pretty windy road, so you're going to loop back around through Allgood on First and end at our office.
And how do you use the money that comes in from that run? Because a lot of people might be wondering, it's a fundraiser, so what is it going toward?
Yeah, so we utilize those funds to help cover the cost of housing for our expectant mothers. So that has been an increasing cost that we have seen now for the last 3 years. And so we really try to utilize those funds. Last year we had 4 moms that we covered their housing cost, all of their housing cost. And I had a wonderful donor who said, I want to help with that as well and partner with you on that. And so this next year, that continues to be one of the biggest needs of our agency. When a woman comes to us who is homeless and we are helping her to make this decision about what she wants to do with a child that she may be very unexpectedly pregnant with, if she has a roof over her head, if her basic needs are met, that's really going to alleviate the stress of making a decision.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And push her towards making that decision. And we just want for her to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So we really value and are grateful that we've been able to cover those costs for women.
Is there a website they can go to, or how do you pre-sign up?
Yeah, so you can go to our website. It's www.hopecenteradoption.com. To pre-register, you can call us at the office, 931-651-1412. We're going to be sending out this week a little postcard to individuals that ran the race last year. It's got a QR code on it. You can scan that QR code, even on the website. You can just scan the QR code, and it'll take you directly to the race website to register. So QR codes are amazing.
They really are.
Have, like,
So easy, yeah.
They really are.
It took me a second to kind of get in on the QR codes. I was like, Psh, QR codes.
Nobody's going to be using this.
Oh,
What's
my
this?
goodness.
And then we're like, this is so easy.
And now
You can't do anything with it.
yeah, I went to a it was a chamber thing, and everybody's trying to, your business card. No one even has business cards anymore. They're like, here, scan this thing.
Yeah.
And
It's crazy, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I
easy.
I felt so old school with my business card. It's like, well,
I still like the business
here's
card.
my business card.
I'm pretty old school there.
I do
Yeah.
too, yeah.
But I feel like I need to get one of the QR code ones now. Seems like that's something all the cool kids are doing. Yeah, I want to be a cool kid, don't you?
You are a cool kid, Jason.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, that was sweet. Thank you so much. He needs that this
I need it.
With no coffee, he needs some love.
It really took it out of me. I didn't think it'd be this bad.
That goes to show.
He's gotten a little pouty this morning.
Are you a coffeer?
I am. I already had mine this morning, though.
Yeah, I had mine this morning. Crystal
My
Young.
apologies for him, Crystal.
I mean, I called you a cool kid.
Yeah. Crystal Young with Hope Adoption Center Miles for Mom.
Yes.
Coming up Mother's Day weekend. More information at hopeadoptioncenter.org. Did I get it right?
You did get it right. Yes.
Good
job. Excellent.
Corby King will be here in the studio next. We'll talk to him in just a little bit. Here on Good Morning Cookeville, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. Hang out.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. A parole board has denied parole for a man convicted in a 1994 kidnapping and murder case in DeKalb County. District Attorney General Bryant Dunaway said he attended the hearing Tuesday for Christopher Tatro, who was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms for kidnapping and killing 18-year-old Roger Dale Zammit and 26-year-old John Allen Harry. Dunaway said at the time of conviction, the law allowed parole eligibility after 25 years. Dunaway said the parole board denied parole, citing the seriousness of the offense. Ralph's Donut Shop in Cookeville is being considered for the National Register of Historic Places. The Herald-Citizen reports that Ralph's will be considered at the State Review Board meeting on May 16th. Tennessee Tech Cybersecurity Education Research and Outreach Center has won first place at the Southeastern Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition in Tampa, Florida. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vincent with the UCR Sports Report. On UCR last night, the Upperman Bees baseball team beat DeKalb County in District 7 3A play 13-2. Freshman Ryland Case went 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored and 2 runs driven in the win. Another score of note last night, the York Institute softball team beat Rockwood 35-34 in a game that lasted 4 hours and 21 minutes. With under 2 weeks left in the regular season in the NBA, the Denver Nuggets are looking for a new head coach. The Nuggets fired head coach Michael Malone yesterday and said they wouldn't be re-signing GM Calvin Booth either. The Nuggets are currently 47-32 but have lost 4 games in a row. Assistant David Adelman will take over. Elsewhere in the NBA, the Cavs beat the Bulls 135-113 to secure the number 1 seed in the East. Grizzlies beat the Hornets 124-100. Magic topped the Hawks 119-112, and the Celtics beat the Knicks in overtime 119-117. Join us again tonight for some high school baseball on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel at 5:30 as Upperman hosts DeKalb County. I'm Jacob Vincent, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank.
TRN News.
The National Weather Service has extended a flood warning for the Wolf River area until Friday afternoon. Minor flooding is expected in Germantown and Rossville until the water levels fall below flood stage Friday morning. Fields at Shelby Farms are flooded nearby to Farm Road. Colorado Springs is sending Colorado Task Force 1 to the Memphis area to assist with flooding and storm recovery. A girls' private school locked down Tuesday over threats of violence. Police say the bomb threat was called into Harpeth Hall in Nashville. Police searched the campus and determined the threat wasn't credible. Classes eventually resumed as normal as the investigation continues. Amy Grant and Vince Gill announcing their 15th annual Christmas at the Ryman event. The 12-show residency launches December 10th with tickets going on sale Friday. The powerhouse couple will perform holiday classics like Oh Holy Night and Winter Wonderland. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
What if you got rewarded for every good decision? What if your heart had a special way of letting you know it appreciates your healthy choices?
I've got to get my family to eat more vegetables.
Amazing!
And instead of cooking with butter tonight, I think I'll saute our veggies with heart-healthy oil.
You're a genius! So really, would your food choices pay off in heart health? Did you know that when you replace bad fats with healthier fats, like those in canola or other vegetable oils, it can lower bad cholesterol levels, and that's good for your heart. Here's a winning idea. Take up the challenge for good health, because the you of the future will say,
Fantastic!
Learn more at heart.org/facethefats. Canola Info proudly supports the American Heart Association's Face the Fats campaign.
The cleanup is on in much of Tennessee, with floodwaters slowly receding following severe storms and tornadoes. TEMA Director Patrick Sheehan says you should document your claims for insurance.
And make sure you're contacting your insurance adjusters. Obviously, the insurance companies are aware that a disaster has happened in Tennessee, and they're going to be expecting your call, and we'll have adjusters that are able to come out pretty quickly and adjudicate claims.
TEMA adds Governor Bill Lee got early approval from President Donald Trump with the storms hitting, but that doesn't cover the post-emergency response and cleanup. That's a separate filing. A case of pertussis has been confirmed at a Tennessee school. The Shelby County Health Department says the respiratory illness, more commonly known as whooping cough, was confirmed in a third grader at Grahamwood Elementary School in Memphis. Parents were informed in a letter that went out last week, as school officials say all the areas where the student may have been sanitized. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Despite the chilly start this morning, we should warm up nicely today. We'll see sunny skies with highs in the mid-60s, winds becoming south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clouds will increase overnight with showers becoming possible close to daybreak, lows in the upper 40s. Showers and a strong storm or two are likely Thursday afternoon with highs in the mid-60s.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville's brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 736.
And the superintendent of Putnam County Schools is Corby King, and he's always so nice and willing to come in and update us about the school systems, and a lot of great things going on, a lot of award-winning
Winding down here a little bit.
But I mean, the students are not winding down. They're winning awards, FFA, and all that.
We have got so many great things happening. This is an exciting time of the year for us.
It is.
It's kind of a blur every year this time of the year because there's so many activities.
With sports and then even some of the other organizations.
It is. All of your high school CTE organizations, that's the career technical education stuff. They're all in in competition season. So they're traveling a lot to Chattanooga, to Nashville, to wherever their competitions are. They're competing.
Now, what is this?
The career vocational education when we were in school.
All right.
So it could be electrician. It could be culinary arts, something in the kitchen. It could be plumbing stuff. It could be FFA, all of their judging competitions.
Right.
It's a broad range of activities. Business classes go present their portfolios and business plans, and our students just keep winning. And it's a fun thing. We're going to competitions. The kids are really invested. The teachers are invested. They're doing a great job preparing the students for the competitions. We have some great community support in our CTE programs. Steve Vandevorty Electric, sends a supervisor one day a week to work with our students who are going to help them prepare for these competitions.
Wow, that's so cool. That's great.
That is priceless, isn't it?
It's huge.
Yeah.
Cookeville Heating and Cooling sends a supervisor or someone from their team to Cookeville High School's metal fabrication lab to help the students prepare for competition. Once a week again. I mean, the support we're getting from our local business partners in the CTE classes is just, it's unmatched.
Well, that's smart for them because they're
a workforce.
Yeah, employee base.
They are. They really are. And our kids are benefiting. Our programs are benefiting from the knowledge they're gaining. Most of that's taking place through Randy Mansell's class out at the high school construction corps, which is great. We're trying to expand some of that into the other construction and ag mechanic classes that we have at Upperman and Monterey. But even there, our cosmetology esthetician class down in Upperman, these kids are they're coming back winners, and it's a fun time. Now, on top of all the athletic stuff we have happening.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when they're done with these classes, HVAC, electric, plumbing, they come out job ready, right?
They do. It depends on.
Or is
the
there some
field.
apprenticeship
There's
that they need to go through?
There is. And it depends on, again, what they're wanting. If they're just wanting to go general laborer, yes, they're job ready. They could come out and go work for a contractor, general laborer, and they're ready to do that. They're going to show up on time. They have the skills. They have basic understanding of what to do. But if they want to move into the higher tier employment ranks, to be an actual electrician, to get licensed to do that, they still have to go to school. Or an HVAC technician, they still have to go to school with that. But there are apprenticeship programs. I think Van Voordy's doing that. I think
Cookeville Heating and Cooling's doing that.
They're doing that. Mr. Floater, they have their own apprenticeship. These kids can go right in, start working in that apprenticeship program, and they pay for it. The company pays for them to complete the training and complete the apprenticeship while they're working and getting paid.
That's fantastic.
And then they come out with license. It's a huge opportunity.
I love that you have those vocational trades too, because not everybody comes out and wants to go to college, and they have a choice to actually have a career still with the vocation.
Well, not everybody's built for college.
Mhm.
That's
there's other skill sets, and we're always going to need plumbers, electricians, HVAC,
mechanics.
So we're going to need that no matter what.
Well, I know these schools around our area, especially Putnam County, concentrating on getting them ready for college or getting them ready for a vocation. And I love that they have the choices to do what they want.
Yeah, we have a new exciting apprenticeship that's going to be around our lawn care and maintenance and so on with we're not quite ready to launch it yet, but with Holler's Landscaping, Patrick Holler, working with Jackie Vester. And,
He's a
our
good
program.
guy.
He really is. And he's gone through the process to become an apprentice or to start an apprentice program.
Mm-hmm.
So some of our students who are in the ag classes, who this is what they want to do, are going to be able to have opportunities there. It's a really exciting time. So,
well, it is, and to be able to have that, even if that's not what you do when you first get out, to have that option.
That's right.
To have that, or at least that knowledge. Do what?
While we're growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brains, how many times we go to college and change majors? I was one of those. Didn't know fully what you want to do.
What did you want to be when you first got there?
I started out in an engineering program at Tech.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people.
Like a lot of people.
That's how I got to Tech.
Yeah. This is hard.
Yeah. My brain didn't work that way. If I give me the formula, I was fine. But when I start having to apply that, and this over here is causing this part over here, I'm like, no, that's not working for me.
Right. Yeah. I understand. Yeah. I know a few people that have gone the very same direction. They've got to Tech and thought they were going to be an engineer, and then come to find out, not their cup of tea.
It just was not. Yeah. My mind, I couldn't make some of the connections.
Yeah.
So, I could
and I
memorize
think that
anything. I could talk all day. I could do those things. That was easy for me.
But that helps you understand what those other students are going through as well, because you think and then you get out and you really do it, and you think, I don't know if this is really right for me. And I love the fact they can learn that in school.
That's right. And I think that happens often. How many kids we have go to 4-year university who, 1-2 years in, change major. Once you start seeing what the major actually does and what people in that particular industry, what the job actually entails, people change like, wait, this isn't for me. This is what I want to do the rest of my life. So they start changing majors. We're trying to prepare students in high school and give them exposure to those careers before they get there, and before they, instead of graduating in 4 years, now we're graduating in 5,
right?
Because of a major change. So,
well, always doing a great job with Putnam County Schools, and glad the snow's over.
Whew, snow's over. We still got the rain, the storms. That's this time I think just as active in this area. So we'll have some more of that before the spring's over, I'm sure. But hopefully the big flooding and some of that is behind us now.
It's been good too that we haven't seen a lot of sickness closing schools this year. That seemed to be something in the past that would happen quite a bit. This year, it doesn't seem to be as bad, or at least I haven't heard about it.
Or did it happen during the snow?
That's it. So the years when we have a lot of snow days in January and February, that tends to help us with sickness. In the years when we've had to close for sickness, typically it's the dry winters and we've not had the snow days, and so we're in school a little more regular.
And
just getting
everybody
these
gets
kids out.
spreads it.
They
Yeah.
do. They spread it. It's out. So we had lots of snow days. Towards the end of January, end of January, as the sickness was starting to spike a little bit.
Right.
So the extended snow days and closures kind of helped move that on through. So.
School's starting to wind down here a little bit. Prom is coming up soon. Graduation. I mean, it's not that far away.
We've got 2-3 weeks before proms at all 3 high schools. Baxter will have May Day. All of the high school plays, performances are going on right now. The end of the year band and chorus concerts. Something I think just about every night once you get right after Easter, basically. Yeah. And then, graduation will be here. We're a month away from graduation, so it's winding down quickly.
Busy.
It is.
And being at all that stuff too. I mean, I know that's. I know you can't be at everything, but you do a really good job of being at as many things as you can.
You're all over the place.
Well, I try to go. I try to slip in. If I can change, if I can slip in the back, sit in the back, that's great. Enjoy it, or catch a stream online. That works. That's great. But yeah, it's fun to go see it and to watch the kids because they work really hard.
Yeah.
For whatever activity it is.
Sure.
And so if we can be there, we can watch and see that. It's fun just to be a part of it.
And Red Silo, we're going to find out next after the break. Red Silo's having a Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah, we heard a thing yesterday that Corby
fundraiser.
might be involved.
We're going to ask if Mr. King, Superintendent of Public County Schools, if he might be in a Dunkin' booth.
There's word.
Try to get him to admit or tell us no.
There's a rumor about it.
That's what I keep hearing.
It's 7:45. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We're here in the Willow Window Studio Hangout. We'll be right back.
Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. Looking for talented individuals who would like to join our team? Contact us today. Visit tnelevate.com.
Join Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity for their Dream Builders Putnam Luncheon, Tuesday, May 13th from 12 to 1 p.m. at The Edge at Life Church. You'll get to hear from donors, homeowners, and volunteers. Admission is $25. And if you're interested in being a table host, please reach out to Casey at 931-528-1711, extension 6. It's Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's Dream Builders Putnam Luncheon, May 13th, 12 to 1 at The Edge at Life Church.
Living in Tennessee, I knew my child had many options for college, but I didn't realize the full support available until we discovered the University of Tennessee system. UT Promise, a scholarship for families earning under $75,000, was a game changer, ensuring my child could attend college without the burden of debt. After visiting UT's 5 campuses, I knew we'd found the perfect fit. Explore the same opportunities for your child at findyourut.com. 5 campuses, one just for you.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Hey guys, it's Philip Gibbons for Carlin Chevrolet. Aren't you tired of being sold a car by the other guys? And once you leave the lot, the dealership acts like they don't even know you anymore? Well, at Carlin Chevrolet, they're not in the business of just selling cars. They're in the business of making you family by having the #1 customer service in the Upper Cumberland for over 10 years and lifetime oil changes. Carlin Chevrolet on the corner of Spring and Willow or carlinchevrolet.com. Carlin Chevrolet. Upfront, honest, home.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad. Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you, you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Welcome, John, our new admin lead.
Thanks.
You've got your laptop, all your admin apps. Oh, and you'll be in charge of ordering food for the team. So here's your drawer full of menus.
Whoa.
You'll keep your receipts in this file folder. Whoops! Receipt confetti.
Oh, dear.
Oh, and all these sticky notes have everyone's dietary preferences.
Have you tried Easy Cater? Online ordering from great restaurants, tools to save time and stay on budget, digital receipts in one place.
We're gonna need a bigger recycling bin.
Easy Cater, the smarter, simpler way to order food for your workplace. Order now at easycater.com.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate at 749 now.
And Corby King, he is the superintendent of Putnam County Schools. We were talking to him about winding up the school year. Also, he's everywhere. No matter what school it is, he tries to go and support what they're doing because he is the superintendent. But even in our community, Make-A-Wish Foundation, there's a fundraiser for them at Red Silo. And we heard you might be in a dunk tank, but it's Saturday, and it might be a little chilly Saturday.
Let's check the weather.
Yeah, we're going to check the weather.
It's probably better for them if we don't. They reached out to me and asked if I would be in the dunk tank for Make-A-Wish Foundation, and what a wonderful organization. And,
yes.
They do a lot for our students, especially those who are in difficult circumstances. And they provide opportunities for the students, for their families. So first, but it's also in the middle of April. If it's cold and rainy out, I'm not sitting in a dunk tank.
Sunny and 56.
I love the laughter. Yeah. He's like, sunny's great, but 56 in the water?
It'll feel better than 56 though.
That water will be colder than 56.
Yeah, I don't know how committed I am to this. 56 degrees is cold out.
It's still cold. I agree.
So we have participated, a group of friends in our Sunday school class at church for several years, participated in the polar plunge for special Olympics. And water at 56 degrees is just cold.
It is.
And to get in and out. So, we're going to have to talk about that dunk tank thing. 56 degrees, 20, 30 minutes maybe. You get dropped 2 or 3 times in that water. It's going to be time to change clothes and move on.
Even just keeping your feet down in it.
It is. It's
be cold.
Well, I'm short, though. So, a lot of times my feet can kind of dangle above a little of the water some. So, I'm not.
I understand.
So I might can set up high enough. I'm not, hanging out in the water there.
Well, maybe in the sun it'd feel good enough.
We'll see.
I don't see this as a commitment, though.
He's
just saying I could.
But you know what? This is a great non-commitment, though.
Yeah.
They really want me in that dunk tank, and it's hard to say. I have a hard time saying no to Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I see, I know some of the students and families who have been impacted by Make-A-Wish. I know them personally, and it is really hard to say no.
Sure.
To Make-A-Wish Foundation and to a fundraiser that's going to support them. Man, 56.
Yeah.
I hadn't looked at that. Channel 4 keeps saying it's going to be like in the mid-60s, pushing 70. I guess that's not coming this far.
I don't know.
We are in a higher elevation, Corby.
Yeah.
We are. I guess that's in Nashville. I was kind of hoping, I thought, 60s, I can handle that.
Yeah.
But 50.
Well, maybe it will. Maybe
it will.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe the app you've got's
wrong. Right. They could be.
Yeah.
Now,
so I may or may not be in a dunk tank on Saturday.
I sure would like to know.
I know. It's hard to back out this close. I will most likely be there. They haven't given me the time yet.
He will be there whether he's going to be sitting in a tank or not.
If I won't show up if I'm not going to be in the tank. I'll sit in the tank. If I'm there, I'll get in.
With school coming to a close here soon, and everybody always thinks as a son of 2 teachers, everybody thinks that last day of school, teachers they got nothing to do.
Wow.
They're just lounging about at the beach or the pool with nothing to do. That is not the case.
If only.
And from what I understand, I'm going to say it's gotten worse, but it's gotten to where there's really not a break for teachers anymore.
There's not. I think they lied to us when we were all in college because that was what we thought too.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, we're going to be teachers going into education. We'll still have these summers off, these long breaks. No, and it has gotten. The summers are shorter because of the 2-week breaks. The fall break, which we only do one in the spring now, but still you only have really about 8 weeks in the summer, and generally 2 good weeks of that is spent in planning and preparing for the next year. You've got another week, part of that time sitting in meetings and professional development opportunities. A week or so, closing out your classroom, packing up, being out of the building, and other several days setting your classroom back up, getting everything ready to welcome students back in, especially our elementary teachers.
Yeah.
Our middle and high school teachers, we could roll in, slap a bulletin board up, straighten the desk up, make sure everything was clean, our papers were ready. We were good to go.
Right.
But the elementary teachers having to, they make all those folders and supplies, and every child's got their own cubby.
Oh, yeah.
They spend hours setting that classroom up. It takes days. So summer really is not just a completely you're off and break. There's a couple good weeks in there for the teachers, which is a benefit that a lot of folks don't have. We understand that, but it's not just a completely we're off. We're out of here.
It's not. And you talk about the needs of teachers too. About getting their classroom ready, and it always amazes me. I watch my parents do it, and spend their own money.
Oh, yes. And we really try to do better at that. We started, and this started with Mr. Boyd, the school board, when he was here, increasing the classroom instructional funds for teachers. So as a young teacher starting out, we got $200 a year that we could spend in classroom supplies, which did not touch what you needed for you.
Oh, that would get you nothing now.
It wouldn't get you started. So now the teachers get, so much per student. It goes to the school. The teacher classrooms get, it tends to be somewhere between $500 and $700. So just for the general classroom supplies, there's not as much out of pocket as there was at one time. Teachers still buy things for students. Which students need a little extra in the classroom than some others. So teachers are always, hey, I'll take care of you. Buy some extra pencils or some extra crayons, coloring books, whatever it might be. Clothes, this student needs this size, and they can't get them. So we've got a great organization, the PEP Foundation. We talked about that off air a few minutes ago. School support organization. They do a ton to help our students who are in need.
Right.
That helps teachers. So we know there's a
PEP program's unreal.
And we have a contact at every school, so the teachers can go. It's typically a guidance counselor, but they can go and they can say, hey, this student has a need. Here's what it is.
And those teachers see them every day. They know.
And the PEP Foundation can provide that for the
It's early registration too. So
kindergarten registration started yesterday, or all of it started Monday. 2-week window for school registration, returning students, new students coming in. It's an exciting time.
So if you're a returning student, do you need to go register again, or
online form? It's as simple. There's an intent to return form that's been sent through Parent Square, the parent communication thing. Click the link, verify you're coming back. What your grade level, your address, telephone number, that type information. Hit submit, and you're done.
And then, are you able to? I know very little, probably the tip of the iceberg on this. Are you able to switch schools that way as well? Like, what are the rules of switching schools now?
And some, and that's a little more complicated than it used to be, just because our schools are so tight.
Right.
Enrollment wise, we're pretty full. But yes, you can make a request on that intent to return if you want to change schools. If the school has open enrollment, and some of them do, like our middle and high schools, during this window, they have open enrollment. So if you want to change from a middle school or a high school, you can do that during this 2-week period. The elementary schools, it's a little trickier.
I got you.
Some of them you can move. Some of them you have to wait and see what space is available. Now, at the end of this 2-week window, that enrollment gets a little more restrictive.
Right.
It's especially at the middle schools, because we start moving teachers and getting things set for the middle schools based on the early enrollment numbers and projections. But during this time, you can request a transfer.
All right.
And what is the official last day of school?
Oh, man.
I caught him off guard on that.
You did.
Oh, I figured you'd have that.
No,
Sorry about that.
It's after Memorial Day this year. We actually, graduations happen on Memorial Day. So Upperman High School, Friday, May 23rd. Cookeville, Monterey, May 24th. The official last day is May 30th.
All right, so end of May.
It is. So we go, you got Memorial Day on the 26th. We come back for 2 days on the 27th and 28th. There'll be the work day on the 29th, which is all the cumulative folders. It's a lot of teacher work has to be done on that day. And then students come for the 2 o'clock day on the 30th.
Wow.
So
But you got to stay that whole time, do you?
We're there the whole time.
No, I'm talking about students.
No, the students don't have to unless they come in, pick up a report card, and
And
get
then
out.
they'll just say bye.
Yeah, it is. Say bye to the teachers. Yeah, have a good day. Have a good
Right.
summer.
It's always kind of bittersweet, though. It was. I mean, I wasn't. I was obviously not a great student, but I learned other stuff at school. About how to talk to people and be around people, and work with people. So there's, it was that bittersweet
Social aspect.
Yeah, it's
Such a big deal.
it really is just that bittersweet moment because I mean you're gonna leave that building and there's people you're never gonna see again.
That's right. And the ones that won't come back after the summer's over, the families are going to move or maybe change schools, whatever it may be. It's hard. Goodbyes are hard on everybody.
Yeah.
Teachers,
Sure.
You get real sentimental. Yeah.
Corby King's here, Superintendent of Putnam County Schools. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Happy to come on.
Hope to see you at the Doodle here soon.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah,
It's a regular stop.
That's where we always run into each other.
It is.
Have a good one. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Bye.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY. 107.7 FM. And AM 1400 WHUB Cookeville.